going down the route of a strongman physique.
Yeah.
You know how strongmen are, like big,
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of stuff.
No, more like Eddie Hall,
Yeah.
you know, like World's Strongest Man kind of thing. They all look fat, but like strong as hell. But they have a lot of muscle, but they also have a lot of fat because they need an immense amount of energy to lift those kind of weights. But now I'm just like, okay, I need to trim down and I
More
just
into
want
athleticism.
more athletic,
Be lean, right?
lean bodybuilder kind of because there's two, you know, bodybuilder and strongman. So strongman is chubbier but way stronger. Bodybuilding is more about the definition and, you know, looking better and feeling better.
Like when you put on a t-shirt, you know, you feel happy looking at yourself, right? Or like white shirts, you know.
Yeah.
But there again is the car analogy. If you overexert on the hardware will suffer in time.
Correct.
So if you get too heavy, too strong, or too extreme, you will get joint problems. Right?
Oh yeah,
Heavy
I've
lifting.
experienced my fair share of injuries as well, like lifting
Tennis
weights.
elbow,
Oh yeah, tennis. I see
Knees, common.
I see a chiro every week at this point, you know, like so it's
No, you want a healthy balance of everything. Flexibility, movability. You want to get up out of bed and feel light as a feather and not heavy as a truck. Even though you're a strong truck, but you don't want to feel like a truck. You know?
Okay. What about in your case? Like, what would your fitness goal be at this point? You know, I mean, you're pretty much maintaining.
Well, he's right. I mean, basically, they always say use it or lose it.
Okay.
Yeah, use it or lose it. The moment I would stop, I would also probably regress. I like, like it's more into staying healthy, staying sporty, staying athletic in a way. I like to feel light, as I said. I like just to, you know, makes me feel young as well. It makes me feel not my age. I don't want to feel my age. I don't want to get up and feel like, oh, my body feels so heavy. I don't want that. Yeah. It's not about, oh yeah, that's true. So before I hated back workouts, and I'm now doing it along with this training, and it helps me strengthening my lower back. So lower back is very important because I sit at the computer all day professionally, and having a stronger back totally helps not having these pains coming back. So it's fortified. And I too go see the chiropractor just to have it instructed and checked and make sure that everything is aligned and in order. So that helps a lot. And basically I can say at the age of 36 I still feel fitter than I was 26. When I was 26, definitely. And I actually started working out when I was 28. I started late compared to him. I started late. And I remember back then we were doing bench press. I was 28 and I was like, this is the bar. It's 20 kilos. I couldn't get it straight. And now we're doing 100 kilos. That was.
So there is hope. So like, you know, you're doing it at 28 and
yeah.
I'll be starting to do it at 38 and see how that
never
works
too
out.
late to start.
No, it's never too late. And it's actually something that I totally recommend because your body is your vessel, your body is your car, and you want to keep it well maintained because you cannot sell it and get another one. It doesn't work with your body.
It's like an organ transplant, like, oh, okay, I want this person's arms.
But
and
it's
that
still the
person's-
same frame. So you want to, the frame is basically the structure. If the car's frame rusts, the car is a total.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that with your body. So you really need to, I think it's the most important thing we have as human beings. Our body.
Lovely. Okay, and so to the final question, like, you know, any tips do you have for our audience today? Like, how can they sort of, you know, like if they have certain goals, like how do they actualize it in that sense? Because a lot of people struggle, right? Like, you know, they start off the year and they're like, you know, my resolution
New
for
Year
this year is,
resolution.
yeah.
The gym is the busiest in January.
Or Mondays.
On Mondays. Yeah.
Mondays. The weekends.
This week I'm gonna be healthy. Like
Exactly.
by Friday is empty again.
Yeah, so what are your tips to the viewers as well? Like how can you sort of set a goal but, you know, materialize it rather than just having it like a nice to have but not be able to do it?
So like from what I experienced during the pandemic, I worked out at home with very, very basic equipment. I just bought from online Shopee or whatever, some cheap dumbbells. My whole setup at home cost me less than a couple hundred ringgit.
Wow.
Just like some cheap dumbbells and one bench for like $100 or something.
He had a broomstick. And he tied bottles of water around it.
Bottles? No, I filled the bottles with
sand.
rice. Rice.
DIY.
So that was before my dumbbells arrived.
Because they were all sold out in the pandemic.
Yeah, so I had to
Everyone
wait.
wants to work out.
Yeah, exactly. I had to wait for, and then I got the cheapest dumbbells I could. So meanwhile, I was DIY, whatever you can, and then resistant bands at home. Like, those are very cheap as well. you don't need a fancy gym or equipment to get fit. You know, I did that at home during the pandemic when gyms were closed, and you know, I didn't have the luxury of having a full setup at home. But also most important is the diet. So I think 70% of everything is the diet, 30% will be how you work out. And then I used to like jog around my condo. Then they're like, oh, you're not allowed to jog. So then I went in the car park, jogged around the car park. Then they're like, oh, you can't jog here. Then I ran up and down the stairs in my condo. So I mean, you gotta be a bit smart about it and see what resources you have and what you have access to. You can just go out to the park and run. His jog is for free. You know what I mean? The gym membership for that. Just have some shoes and just go and run. So I think don't think that I need equipment. I need to join the gym. It's expensive or whatever. You can do it with literally nothing.
Wow, very good tip, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go, right? DIY. And the key word is, if there's a will, there's a way, right? They don't let you run around your condo, you do the car park. They don't let you do the car park, you do the fire escape. They can't stop you from that. You know, so again, I think that's very inspiring because fitness, like you said, it is a journey and it's also a way of life. You know, it's not something where you just do on Mondays and January, you know, which I think most people tend to do.
I think you're very right saying where there's a will, there's a way. But this is where it stops for most people, mindset, motivation, because people nowadays are very impatient.
Yes.
They want it now.
Immediate.
They want a direct response. Like they'd rather go for a liposuction because they come out of that operation without the fat. No, you need to be patient, and what he does, he keeps track of his actual progress. He has a 100-day challenge going on. Every day he takes a picture of himself in the mirror, and he can see how it morphs with time. So you need to figure out, even if it's weighing yourself in the morning, you need to have something to gauge your success rate. And you have to keep motivating yourself because you are very likely to give up in the beginning because it's too tempting to just eat something more or just not do it, or I'm not feeling like it today. You have to be patient. Patience is really key.
And consistency, I would say, right?
And consistency, definitely. When I go to the gym and I see guys that have a very great definition and a great bicep, they're like, oh my god, you know how much work that is. And the problem is you can lose it in 3-4 weeks if you don't follow.
Correct. Even the diet as well, right? Like you don't get enough protein intake, you know, it starts to shrink.
Exactly.
Not enough rest, not enough water, you know, and then again your body starts to act up.
Yeah.
Because
it is a lifestyle. It has to become part of your lifestyle. Then it has to make you happy. It has to make you happy. If you don't want to be suffering for no reason, it needs to be, you become addicted to it in the end.
Is it the adrenaline that you get addicted to? Like the happy hormones, right? Because is it working out gives you DOS?
No, you do. Along the way, you do get good feedback. You get comments from people. You see your pictures. You compare. You feel proud of the way that you've come. You said, I've come so far. I want to go on. So that's the addiction.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's adrenaline.
But also like for me at least, it's also a way to just de-stress. When both of us, we work very long hours, so when we hit the gym, we're like, even though sometimes we're still on our phones replying emails or messages or whatever, but most of the time, I will tell him, put down your phone, he will tell me to put down my phone. We'll just like focus on what we're doing and like switch off for at least an hour or two and just focus on what we're doing. So yeah, it's good. It's a good like release.
Yeah, there you go. So free stress therapy. You don't even, you save money from therapists. You could go to, for therapy and pay more there, but here you get 2 in 1. You get to look good and you also get to de-stress. So I think that's really important. And it's also about focus, because sometimes when I see people in the gym, they are not really working out. They're mainly on Instagram. They're doing Insta stories. They're showing, oh look, I'm and they flex, and then they lift up their shirts, and I'm like, you can do that at home, but you just want to do it in the gym for a different reason. So I think you get a bit distracted. So I think having a buddy is always a good thing, because I also tried working out on my own and it was very demotivating, because you do a little bit and you're like, I'm done. I hear the food calling now, and I'm out the door, right? So I think that's very important as well. So thank you so much for all the tips that you shared today. So again, guys, it was more of a very informal session of just friends catching up and just talking about their fitness journeys and what inspires them, Stay tuned for more content that's going to come. And please check out their respective pages as well. So we have Project A and Clubland KL, and Grubland KL as
And
well.
we have Grubland KL.
There's two, Clubland and Grubland. So whether you're partying or you're a food hunter, go check it out. Lots of fun content there, and we'll keep it
And you definitely need to work out if you follow these.
Exactly. Finland KL coming soon? I don't know.
Finland KL.
What's Finland KL?
Finland KL coming
That sounds
soon.
amazing, actually.
That would be cool, right?
So thank you so much.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned.
Thanks
Catch you all
for having
soon.
us.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys.